B as the GM. There's no way in my mind that they hire Ryan Grigson when Rob B's on the board, if that was the case. Chad Alexander, he's the Los Angeles Chargers assistant GM, and then John McKay, which we've heard a lot. Guys like Jason Harbin, some others really like John McKay. Los Angeles Rams assistant GM has at least connection and ties with Kevin O'Connell when he was with the Rams as well. Your thoughts on this list, and your thoughts, did the Juwan Jennings deal, did that kind of lock him in? Is this now just an obligatory search? Or is it still just, it helped him a little bit?
I think it helped him. I think they're still going to look. I think he's great at the cap management and all of those, the negotiations and things. Is he the right guy for actually looking at players, right? The evaluations, those sort of things. So I kind of like this one right there, right? I put in Gray as the GM would be my 2 cents. And if I was looking at hiring, obviously I'd look at all of them. I would definitely want to keep Rob on staff. I mean, he's been great. Everybody, everything I've read and heard, from the agents, et cetera, that's like he's amazing to negotiate with. And I think that's great, finding cap space, doing all those things. But I think you really need somebody who can come in and evaluate players better in a GM role. Personal opinions.
Yeah, I mean, so I looked at, I know a lot of people are high on John McKay, and coming from the Rams, and the Rams have done a lot of really good things. I think just some of the worries with John McKay would be coming in here and just, how buddy are you with Kevin O'Connell? And but I think the same thing can be said for Rob Brzezinski as far as the relationship he has there. There are other people that are negative on Terrence Gray because, he's been in this organization before, so he's got, some of those ties, and some people just want somebody that's completely out of the organization that has been on a winning team. You look at Teasley, he's coming from Seattle. They just won a Super Bowl. I do like the idea of bringing in somebody from an organization that has a winning culture and seeing what it takes to win. But I'm not mad if it's Rob B.
No, I'm not either.
I'm not mad at it.
Nope.
Now, I might do a few things if it was Ryan Grigson. But if I look at the list, I mean, nobody's like, there's nobody on there that I'm like, we have to lock him down.
Right.
So, I mean, that's the interesting thing on there. Norris also says he doesn't want any more O'Connell crossover. And I think that's, and Norris, you can tell me if I'm right on that. You're talking about like somebody that has ties to O'Connell, like John McKay. Yeah. I think that's what you meant to say by that. And I definitely could see that. There's been a lot of people that have had that same sentiment with John McKay.
Do you think with Rob B and the draft, a lot of feedback and things that I was reading and hearing was, did the coaches have more say into it than a normal GM would have allowed because of that? So did he let Flores come in and say, pound the fist, I want Banks, right? And just sit back and let the coaches do more of the drafting than the GM would have.
Sure. I mean,
it's another potential, again, not against him, but just is it a thought to that where you need to bring in somebody else that can have that sort of tiebreaker vote